Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture in engineering physics. In this lecture we are going to discuss about the resolving power of diffraction grating. So far we have discussed about the diffraction grating, the angular width and the missing angular width of the principal maxima and the missing order of the diffraction. But in this lecture we are going to study how will the resolving power of the diffraction grating. For this let's start with this diagram. So what resolving power is this? If you remember in the previous classes I have discussed in the resolving power video that suppose that there a vehicle is coming. Suppose this is the vehicle and vehicle is having two headlights with different wavelengths. Okay, so when it is too far, okay, and when it's the principal maxima of one wavelength and the principal maxima of the other wavelength are coinciding, then actually we are seeing only one light. Okay, actually there are two lights, but because of the coinciding of the principal maxima of the two wavelengths, okay, we are not able to recognize. So when the vehicle comes closer, okay, we are able to see that the principal maxima lies with the first minima of the other wavelength. So at that time we are just able to identify that there are only there are not one light, there is a two lights. Okay, that case is called as just resolved case. Okay, and that is being explained with the help of Rayleigh's criteria. So Rayleigh criteria says that whenever we have a principal maxima, okay, of one light, the other wavelength will have the first minima over there. Okay, as you can see in this diagram, suppose red one is the first wave. Okay, so here we have our principal maxima and here we have our first minima of the other wave. Okay, so these both two are coinciding, then the case is called as just resolved case. Okay, just resolved case, and we have already seen that there is a dip caused due to this, and that dip has a magnitude of 8 by pi square. Okay, and whenever these peaks are distinctively seen, then we are able to see the lights clearly. That is called as resolved case. Okay, so basically this concept only we are going to see and solve the resolving power of diffraction grating. So for that, consider a parallel beam of light of wavelength lambda and d lambda, lambda plus d lambda. Suppose one is consider the parallel beam of light of wavelengths. Consider this red one to be lambda, okay, that is available in the picture, and lambda plus d lambda be the green one. Okay, these are incident normally onto the plane transmission grating having a grating element of E plus D. As we have already seen in previous lectures, grating element is nothing but it is a sum of slit width E and slit separation D and slit separation D. Okay, so the grating element is E plus D and the total number of rulings are N. So if you have taken a glass plate and done ruling with the help of a diamond, that total number of rulings are N. Okay, so resolving power of grating usually किससे define किया जाता है? Lambda by d lambda से, that is ratio of wavelength and difference of the wavelength. Difference is denoted by d lambda. Okay, so according to Rayleigh's criteria, Rayleigh criteria क्या कहता है मेरे पास में कि अगर मेरे पास में दो स्पेक्ट्रल लाइंस है तो एक का प्रिंसिपल मैक्सिमा will coincide with the minima of the other. Okay, so according to Rayleigh criteria, the two spectral lines are said to be just resolved when the principal maxima of one lies or just on the first minima of the another. Okay, so since we are talking about the grating n, so we have n number of slits. So in the previous lecture we have already derived the expressions for principal maxima of nth order and the minima of the nth order. So we'll use those equations and try to calculate what's the ratio of lambda by d lambda. That will give us the resolving power of diffraction grating. Okay, so as we have already seen, the direction of nth principal maxima of a wavelength lambda is given as E plus D sine theta is equal to n lambda. Okay, and for the equation, this is for the lambda, that is red one, and for green one we have the wavelength of lambda plus d lambda. So we will replace lambda with lambda plus d lambda and theta with theta plus d theta. Okay, so we can write E plus D sine theta plus d theta is equal to n into lambda plus d lambda. Now we will write the minimum equation, but if you observe minima, we have already known the minimum equation as n into E plus D sine theta is equal to m lambda, when m can take any integer values except m is equal to 0, n, 2n up to nn. Okay, so whenever we are talking about minimum, just consider this is my principal maxima, okay, of one wave, and we have a principal maxima of another wave over here. So if you look closely, the principal maxima of one is coinciding with the minima, but this minima is adjacent to the principal maxima. Okay, so if we see, if we have a principal maxima and these are the adjacent minimas, then we can, we have already seen in the previous lectures, when we are defining the angular width, we said that these are the adjacent minimas and having the lengths of theta n minus d theta n, theta n plus d theta n. And that time we can substitute m is equal to n into n plus 1 or m is equal to n into n minus 1. Okay, so we will see the minimum in the direction of theta plus d theta. So what we will get is the first minimum adjacent to nth principal maxima in the direction of theta plus d theta is given by n into E plus D. Wherever it is theta, replace theta with theta plus d theta and m with n into n plus 1. So n into E plus D sine theta plus d theta is equal to n into n plus 1 into lambda. So we will find out E plus D sine d theta plus d theta from this equation. Okay, so we get this as n into n plus 1 lambda by n. Now compare these equations, this equation, and compare the equation number 1, that is E plus D sine theta plus d theta is equal to n into lambda plus d lambda. So comparing, we can equate these two. Okay, we can equate this is equal to this. So hence we will write n into lambda plus d lambda is equal to n into n plus 1 lambda by n. Okay, so when we expand this, n lambda and n lambda will get cancelled. We get n d lambda is equal to lambda by n. So lambda by d lambda will get is n into n, which says that expression of resolving power of plane diffraction grating. Okay, just wait. So this equation says that the number of lines per centimeter of grating should be larger in order to increase the resolving power. ठीक है, तो अगर मुझे, क्योंकि देखो मेरा क्या है, resolving power is directly proportional to n. So if the number of lines per centimeter of grating are more, then my resolving power will be better. Okay, now we will solve some numericals also. Suppose we have been asked to find the missing orders in double slit Fraunhofer diffraction with the width of slit is given as 0.08 into 10 power minus 3 meters and they are 0.43 into 10 power minus 3 meter apart. So this is very simple question. As we have already seen the missing orders in the diffraction pattern, we will get is m by n is equal to E plus D by E, where E is the slit width and D is the slit separation. So if you substitute slit width over here given is 0.08 into 10 power minus 3 and slit separation is given as 0.4 into 10 power minus 3 meters. So we will substitute and we will get n is equal to 6m. So m can take the values of 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so we'll get the missing orders as missing order maximum will be 6th order maximum will be missing, 12th order maximum will be missing, and 18th order maxima will be missing. Another question will see, if we have been asked to find the minimum number of lines n in the grating, which will be, first resolve the lines of 5890 angstroms and 5896 angstroms in the second order. So basically this question is about the resolving power. But we have been asked the number of lines capital N. And since it is given as second order, then small n is equal to 2. So we have been given two wavelengths, lambda 1 as 5890 angstroms and lambda 2 as 5896 angstroms. So we can easily calculate d lambda will be 5896 minus 5890, that is equal to 6 angstroms. Okay. And you can lambda 1 you can take the, since the resolving power is nothing but lambda by d lambda is equal to n into n. Okay, so lambda is 5890 angstroms divided by n we have been given as 2 into, and what do you get, d lambda is 5, just we have calculated 5896 minus 5890, that is equal to 6 angstroms, and this value will comes out to be approximately 490.8 number of lines per centimeter will be needed. Okay. Thank you very much.